Hey guys, HCGChica. It is day 57 of P3, P4. Things are going really good. I am 130.6 this morning, and I've been staying between 128 and 130, which is where I'm maintaining for a good length of time now. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable there. I wanted to say thank you for those of you who have expressed interest in participating in the HCG Fat Loss Study. And there's actually, I think, a total of 12 people now that want to be a part of it so far. So I'm really excited about that. And you know, you are all starting rounds at different times. A couple of you are starting around like really soon, this weekend maybe. Some are starting a little later, like in March. I do plan on trying to gather data for like a full year, you know, from now. So if you're planning to start around any time in the next year, you know, you can always join at any time. The real goal is to basically help people learn how to track their body fat using a specific monitor that I have found to be very consistent and pretty accurate over the course of using it every day for about, I think, 7 or 8 months now. And just being able to use that to see how much fat you're losing on HCG. That way, if you find yourself losing too much lean mass at a point in your weight loss journey where maybe, you know, you shouldn't be losing too much more, you can try to make adjustments. And by doing that, I'm hoping that we can find some possible general factors that affect how much fat loss we get during HCG versus muscle loss, so that we can, you know, be more in control of that. So anyway, I really appreciate all the input I've gotten so far. The other thing I wanted to mention tonight is Carissa HCG. That is her name, I believe, both on YouTube and Facebook. She has put a challenge out there on Facebook, basically a challenge to refute the negative opinions that there are out there about HCG, and a lot of this is coming from, you know, the media, the FDA, you know, other professionals like doctors. You know, basically, this information is coming from higher up people and organizations who a lot of people look up to as sources of valuable information. And you know, I think some of us have done enough reading to know that you know, it's a little bit of a farce how much they really know. But nevertheless, many people do look up to them, and so they're believing a lot of the information that's put out there regarding HCG. So her challenge is, of course, to refute that, to disprove that. We all know the truth about HCG. That's why we're doing it. But a lot of other people still don't, you know. So anyway, so in some of my vlogs, I want to try to help out with that challenge and just throw out some different things that I think are important to changing people's opinions about HCG. One of the things that I think is the most important, which I think you're already going to guess what I'm going to say, but it has to do with proof that HCG does cause fat loss. And actually, in truth, HCG can cause significant muscle loss, as I discussed in my other vlogs, and that is why it is important, if you're making any variations to the diet, to track your body fat, if at all possible, because I have seen some unnecessary muscle loss on HCG. People who don't have much weight to lose should not be losing half muscle or more than half muscle. You know, if you're very heavy, yes, you're going to lose some muscle, and that's, you know, that's just going to be a normal part of it. But if you're only 10, 15, 20 pounds overweight, you don't need to lose 10 pounds of muscle, you know. That's just not necessary. So there's something going wrong. So just like HCG Charm is trying to figure that out right now, and that's what I had to figure out after my first round. So anyway, that's one of the most important things that I think is important in regards to proving HCG is a healthy diet. Any diet that causes you to lose excess muscle is not healthy, and will make you a more unhealthy person at the end of it, and you will have a difficult time maintaining that loss, most likely. And in the fitness industry, that is probably one of the biggest concerns regarding HCG, because people haven't seen a lot of proof you know, because people are going to assume 500 calories, you know, an HCG, that's just a placebo, they're totally going to lose a lot of muscle. However, I have proof that that is not true. I had hydrostatic body fat testing done. I lost 90% fat last time. No exercise at all. So obviously HCG is not a placebo. The other reason I know that HCG is not a placebo is at the beginning of my 3rd round, I started having low blood sugar. And I needed to eat more, and I just felt really not good. I thought I might have to end the round early. My blood sugar was like 50 at night. It was at 50, like before I was supposed to go to bed and fast for 8 or 9 hours while I was sleeping. So I could try and figure out what was wrong, and finally I thought to adjust my dose, which I did, and you know what? That was it. No more low blood sugar, no need to eat extra. That was it. I felt totally better. So, I think if we keep bringing out things like this that prove that HCG is not a placebo and that it is a healthy way to lose weight, hopefully, you know, more and more people will come across this and hopefully believe our real life experiences instead of believing what these people in different organizations are saying who don't care about your health, who are probably benefiting by saying what they say, and just really, you know, really don't have your best interests at heart. We know all of us here, if we're doing the diet, we definitely have our own interests at heart. We want to do well. We don't want to do something unhealthy. And the same for the rest of us. That's why we vlog on here, is to help each other. So anyway, that's part of what I want to contribute to the challenge so far that Carissa HCG has mentioned on Facebook, is just that the more of us that is able to prove that our weight loss included a lot of fat loss, the more people will, at least in the fitness industry, will recognize that it is a viable you know, diet to take advantage of for fat loss. And by tracking your body fat, if you find you're not losing, and you know, if you're losing a lot of muscle, you can then make adjustments. One interesting little thing, HCG Charm mentioned that on the days when she had a little bit of fat in her diet on HCG, she's been noticing a drop in her body fat percent. Now, probably I know she's going to want to track this a little longer to be more sure of that. But that's kind of interesting that she's having that experience, because for myself, my 2nd round when I was tracking, I did a couple fat fast days and I did an egg day or 2, and all of those days my body fat went up significantly even though I lost weight, and that really scared me. I thought, wow, fat is not good on this diet for me. So that just goes to show that it is possible that there isn't just one thing that's going to affect everyone the same way. There may be some basic things that do that, but you know, it's really hard to say until we track all these different things. If it does end up that people will have different results depending on their body, then really just tracking a lot of information is what's going to help you be most successful. So anyway, that's what I wanted to throw out there for tonight. Thanks for watching, and I will be checking in soon.